I grew up here in the UK at a time when there was a big anti-apartheid movement, and my family were very much part of campaigning around that. And also, I don't know why, but we were very conscious as children how lucky we were growing up in a place where, you know, we had enough to eat and a decent education. So I was very aware of injustice in the world. But then when I graduated, I just sort of happened into a job, and technology was booming at the time, so that's what I ended up doing. But I always had that kind of thought that it would be great to try and make a difference in the world. So I then did VSO and realised, and that's when I met a very inspirational person actually, the guy who was running the local organisation, the disability outfit that I worked for in Uganda, who was actually disabled himself, missed his polio shot as he was a kid growing up in a refugee camp, and became disabled as a result of that, but was clearly brilliant, and had founded this disability rights organisation that had gone national, and just had great vision, and he really inspired me. And I didn't make the switch straight away, but that sowed the seed. When I did make the switch I'd spent all this time in technology and in marketing, and I learned a lot of things that people often say, oh, she's really good at that, or he's really good at that, and as if it's a sort of a God-given sort of gift. And actually you can learn it. So you can learn how to do presentations, you can learn how to do the media, you can learn how to, all sorts of things as a leader. And so I very much believe that, it's not just some people have it and other people don't. You can learn those things. But what I found was, when I then was able to apply those skills to something I felt very passionately about, making a difference in the world, then I became what I would call a leader as opposed to a manager. Then I really felt that I was able to sort of come alive and get people to, inspire people to achieve things that we wanted to achieve in the world. What I really like about my current role is that it's so eclectic. I mean, it's just, one day I could be meeting with a head of state, the next day I could be meeting with a mum who's got, where in a Save the Children programme, whose kids' life has just been saved in the middle of Niger. There's a drought going on and a food crisis going on. Or another day I'll be here at LBS talking to somebody like you, and it's just very, very varied. And each of those situations requires, I feel, requires something of me, and I feel that I'm constantly sort of developing and learning as a leader as I go along. One of the things that this sector is bedeviled by is that in a way we don't have a bottom line, or our bottom line is saving children, but what exactly, how do you measure that? And so, really laying out very clearly what everybody in the organisation should be working towards achieving, and then on the other hand being clear about the behaviours that are expected. That kind of creates the parameters, the framework that enable people to follow in the direction that you're setting. I think the sector will change and is changing an awful lot, and I think that some of the things driving that is the need to really connect people who are in a position to contribute and do something about those changes we want to see in the world, and the people who could really benefit from that assistance and actually have a lot of the time the entrepreneurial and sort of get up and go initiative to be doing something about it themselves on the ground. And so making that connection between the people who can help and the people who need that help and do something with it, and using technology in every kind of ounce of our creative spirit to help make that connection and bring it alive is going to be really important. I think that linked to that, we are going to have to demonstrate, in a way that's the micro, but we have to be able to amalgamate up all of those little ways that we impact, in a few children's lives here, in a community there. At the end of the day, how much does it add up to? I think we need to do a better job of monitoring the evaluation and being able to actually demonstrate at a macro level the kind of impact that we're having. Our donors are demanding that of us, the governments where we work are demanding that of us, and I think it's a good pressure on us, because it ensures that we constantly are asking ourselves not what good can we do, but how can we get the very most bang for buck, if you like, in terms of the limited resources that we have. How can we make them work the hardest for our mission for children?